mic might be muted. Hey, what's up, my writing weirdos? It is BC, of course, and we are here for Thursday night write-in. Specifically, what I will be working on for my project is that the book collaboration that Sako Tumi and I are doing together. We're co-writing a book, and we're doing it all live on our these thingies here, Anyway, so that's what I'll be doing tonight, but while we're doing those sprints, feel free to do whatever it is that you want to do, whatever you want to work on, write some stuff, get all weird about words, pretty much in the ways that we do. Draw some stuff. I know that Debbie is here, and I know she's going to be working on her comic, which is awesome. Good to see you, Stephanie. I'm glad that another Arizonan can come out so I don't feel like I'm streaming super late, because it's not super late for me, but, it is for most people. Hey, Devin, always good to see you. It is not a stream unless Devin is there. That's pretty much the way it works, in my opinion. So for just a little brief synopsis about the book collaboration that Sako Tumi and I are working on together, we are writing a paranormal, horror, urban fantasy book. We have done everything on our streams from inception of idea to actually now writing the zero draft, which is really cool, and I'm super excited about it. So basically, I'm streaming every Thursday at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and that's when I am focusing writing on the book and trying to get as many words in on the book as possible. And Sako is streaming on her channel on Mondays at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and that's when she gets to write on the book. And we've got a whole, we've got a project Bible, we've got a Pinterest board for aesthetics and having a mood board and everything. And then, of course, we have the actual outline and zero draft. We have a beat sheet. We have everything going on with that. We were inspired by this idea by Savvy Leiser of Savvy Writes Books and RK Gold of RK Gold. And they are co-writing a book together on Friday mornings. Is it mornings or is it afternoons? I think it's technically afternoons. I just don't exactly remember what time because I work on Fridays now and I have been missing the stream, unfortunately. But I've been catching it on the replay. And I'm loving what they're coming up with. They're way more detailed on doing the beats and doing the outlines than Sako and I were. We're a little more loosey-goosey, kind of winging it. Through the zero draft and just kind of seeing what we can come up with. Not to say that we didn't have a super definitive beat sheet and Bible and character profiles and a real idea of where we need to go with each scene, but we're just not as detailed as they are. So it's really cool to kind of see how 2 different writers or 4 different writers come together in order to write. And I think they're really well matched up in writing. So it is good to see you, Jennifer. I'm glad you finally found me too. And I'm glad you're feeling better too. At least I think you're feeling better. That's what your Facebook seems to imply. So come have fun with us. Get weird about words in the ways that only writers can, by writing them, by talking about writing them, by chatting back and forth, by talking about whatever. Draw a little, dance a little, clean your house a little. I don't care what we do during the writing sprints. I will be working on Project Flambeau, which is our working title for the book that Sako and I are doing. Sako may join us at some point. Since we're doing the zero draft at this point on the collaborative project, she and I are not necessarily co-hosting on each other's streams as life intervenes. But we give each other the option of doing that. I did show up on Monday. I worked on something else entirely. Actually, I didn't even work on anything on her stream on Monday. So while she wrote our book on Monday, I played Magic the Gathering online. That's what I did because I was brain dead that day. I'm a little brain dead today as well. It was a really long day at work that just dragged ass for some reason. Not that it was a bad day at work. It was an okay day at work. It just one of those days that really dragged ass for some reason. And it was just busy enough that I couldn't do my fantasizing, my little mini movie about writing, which it's not so bad right now because Sako and I have already started the zero draft, so I've got some stuff I can go back and reread. I can kind of jumpstart my brain a little bit. I'm going to have to read everything that Sako wrote on Monday during her stream, because I didn't read it as she was writing it, even though I probably could have. I wanted to be surprised today. So I'm sure that will probably be my first, that will probably be like what I'm doing my first sprint, is just rereading what she did on Monday. That is a very good question, Devin. Will the baby kitties be on the stream tonight? No, Buddha and Loki will not be making stream appearances. Neither will Bootsy the mama, because we were really fortunate this past weekend, and the kittens are 3 weeks old now, and we started weaning them. So we're on to the wet, mushy kitten food. That being said, they're not real great with the litter box yet, because we also started litter box training them. And they're not great with the litter box yet. So since we've been feeding them, obviously they're getting more, like, they're just excreting more. And I'm not gonna like have to like dip down every 15 to 20 minutes to chase them down to put them in the litter box. So they don't go all over my office, because I may not like the purple walls in my office, but I do like my office, and I don't want it covered in cat shit. So they will not be making an appearance tonight. Hopefully, as we get them, so Loki is really taking to the litter box. Like, he goes to it of his own accord when he has to tinkle, but he's not really quick to go there, like when he has to take a shit. So like that's one thing that we're just kind of working on right now. Buddha doesn't give a fuck about the litter box. Like, no shit's given. Kind of literally, no. But on the flip side, Buddha is the one that's taken to the wet food, and Loki's the one that's like, whatever, I still want to nurse. So we'll kind of see what's going on. Hey, Spence, good to see you. Yes, more is going in, and more is definitely coming out of baby kitties. So, hey, Pronoun I, good to see you. I'm so glad to see all my weirdos. I'm just so happy to be back. Like, so happy to be back streaming, and just back to writing in general, and kind of like back to my life, which it was kind of on hold there for about 2 months, which sucked. So, and I'm glad that new weirdos are coming in. Like Pronoun I was introduced to me through Sako, has been hanging out with Sako a whole bunch. If you like her level of weird, I hope you like my level of weird, because I think our level of weirds kind of match. All right, so we should probably do that first sprint. I'm thinking. Think it's a good idea. What's everybody working on actually first? That would be cool to know. Like, I'm sure Debbie is working on a comic, but I want to know more about exactly what you're working on the comic tonight, Debbie. And you know, Spence, I don't know, Spence, you could be baking, you could be working on some art. I never quite know what you're going to be working on, so it's always fun to kind of see what you're working on. So yeah, how was everybody else's day? Like I said, mine dragged ass. It was a long day. Not a bad day, just a long day for some reason. I think it's because tomorrow is my first payday at this new job. So, like, that's been something I've been looking forward to. And I don't know, it feels more real. Once a job feels more real, a new job feels more real once you, like, get your first paycheck, I think. I don't know. You feel like you belong more. I don't know. I do, at least. All right, yeah, let's just go ahead and do this sprint thing. You guys can tell me what all you're working on, like during the sprint or after the sprint or whatever. We got lots of time to chat. I really want to go back to playing Magic, but I need to write. So I'm going to write. Yes, her level of weird is good. That's why I have made her one of my weirdos. That's why she has become one of my writing weirdos and one of my witchy weirdos and my weirdo witchy weirdo. Wait, my writing witchy weirdo. My writing witchy weirdo. Yeah, that's what it says on our thumbnail. So, okay. Let's share my screen. So we're going to do 15 minutes. The timer that I'm using, obviously people can see it says Carol Brown off here to the left, to the right. whatever the hell it shows it on your screen. I don't know. I love Caro's timer. It has become my, first of all, I like 15-minute timers. It's just, I can focus really well for 15 minutes. It's anything after that that I'm shot. But I really like her timer because it's so clean. It's so easy to read. It doesn't have anything crazy. And the alarm at the end does not scare the crap out of me. I mean, I'm still going to do the beepity beeps that I always do, but it actually has an alarm at the end that we'll probably hear if I don't get too wrapped up in writing and forget to unmute it. It is to the left, to the left. Okay, that is good to know. I wonder sometimes with cameras, because some cameras do that mirror image thing so that it does the flip and the reverse, and then other cameras don't, which is why, like, we have to remember to point to the left when we're looking at the screen trying to point at people on the right. So, yeah. All right. So, yeah, you won't see me doing a lot of, like, typing. You're going to see me, like, chewing on my nails a lot because I am going to be reading what Sako wrote on Monday. So we will start in 3, 2, 1, sprint. Let's try that again. There we go, sprint. beep, beep, beep. For those of you expecting me to do my BBD beeps, there are my BBD beeps. Okay, how did everybody do during the first sprint? Hey, we don't want to do whatever that is doing. Which looks like it's just going to go on to the next timer that I have on my list. But that's okay, I'll backdate. I'll go back to it in a minute when we do our next sprint. So how did everybody do on the sprint? I got everything read that Sako had written on Monday's stream. And I don't know that she wrote all of it on Monday's stream because we are allowing ourselves a little leeway in between the streams on Mondays and Thursdays to kind of go in and, put a few more notes in, put a few more, get a few more words in, because, when the motivation is there, when the inspiration is there, and when you have the time and that those cosmic tumblers all click together, you just got to take advantage of it. But I promise the majority of this thing is being written on the streams. We had a couple people pop in during the sprint. Jeannie is here. Good to see you, Jeannie. Charlie is here. Always good to see you, Charlie. One of my favorite weirdos is here. Okay, Weird is here. Just call me Angel. Love the morning, baby. Okay, not a song that I usually sing on a regular basis. So not usually one of my karaoke's, but I do know the words quite well. So Devin got distracted because Shay was singing on her stream. I was singing on my stream right after. So yeah, interesting. Similar minds that think alike sometimes, especially those of us that like to sing. So Charlie is finishing working on the new podcast so that they can just write tomorrow, which is awesome. What the hell is my YouTube doing? That's weird. Go do that thing I asked for. That thing right there. Yeah, that thing. Yeah, that's how I like it. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, finishing up the new podcast so that they can write tomorrow, which is really cool. I got to admit, Charlie, I got to get around to listening to your podcast. I got so much shit to listen to and watch, and I want to. I just trying to get caught up from being behind and from not being on at all and doing all that stuff. But pronoun I forgot to count, but have 479 words on their short story. That is awesome. I did get some words in during the sprint. Didn't just reread everything. So I have no idea how many. Let's see, however, though. Let's see. I mean, obviously, I did some notes, to Sako of, hey, could you clarify this thing that you wrote? So I got 148 words in, which is not bad for, writing for the last, 2 minutes of the sprint, I think. 2, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 6 minutes. I don't know. Something like that of the sprint. So, Weird was today years old when they figured out the melody between Angel of the Morning and Angel by Shaggy is the same. Really? Okay. Yeah, I thought that was something that people knew, that it's the same melody. But anyway, Angel of the Morning is a really good song. So it just getting recycled, the melody getting recycled for other things is pretty cool in my opinion. So yeah, it was really cool. I was reading back through what Sako wrote on Monday, and she really transitioned us from one scene to another scene. So specifically, for those of you that have been following along, there is our main character is a bounty hunter that has paranormal abilities, supernatural abilities, magical abilities, witchy abilities, whatever you want to call them. And he kind of gets these cases sent out to him from time to time from sometimes from cops, sometimes he gets them off the internet, sometimes he gets them from this global mage council where he gets sent out to go after demonic activity and magical beings and so that they can get scooped into the mage council and they can be not controlled, but so they can be trained and so that they have better control. But there are all these demons that are out there, y'all, that are just totally trying to come and get these magical beings to sell their souls and become thralls to the demons for greater power, but really it's enslaved power, so it's not really greater power. And so he gets this case from actually a cop that he knows and has worked with in the past and is good friends with. And she's like, hey, I got a thing. It might be your kind of right up your kind of alley, you know, like with magical crap. So come check it out. So, but he also at the same time gets this really cool, or not cool, but he gets this email from this clairvoyant that he has worked with in the past and is part of the Mage Council as well, about some really hinky shit going down that he needs to talk to him about in person, or that they need to talk to him about in person because he's non-binary. And so like our bounty hunter like makes the trip all the way there, and that's where I got him. Like I started the bounty hunter out with getting those emails about those 2 leads for the story, and like got him in the car and got him to the clairvoyance, and then got him like introduced to the clairvoyant in the scene and the stuff that was going on a little bit. And she took it from there and grabbed it and went on with it and developed the rest of that scene out, and then transitioned from that scene to the kid that had this magical flare-up ability kind of a thing. And so now he's got to go and like visit her because she's 15 years old. She was doing some bad shit. She was vandalizing a building when the building caught on fire, and like a homeless dude in the building was killed. So she was caught by the cops and like right there, red-handed on the scene kind of a thing. And was caught by the cops and is like in this juvie detention center until like they figure out what they're going to charge her with and like all this stuff. So he's traveling from the clairvoyance. He traveled from the clairvoyance to the detention center. And that's where Sako left me. Like right there. Like, hey, now you got to interview this chick. Kind of a thing. And she's like this 15-year-old tough Latina, like street savvy kind of chick. And so she's been in and out of like the system a little bit. She's got an absentee father, not because he wants to be an absentee father. He's working constantly, like 3-4 jobs, just trying to have money. And so he's just not there. And so sometimes she's in the foster system, sometimes she's not in the foster system. But she's never like been totally fostered out. Just like she gets in trouble a lot. So she's been in and out of juvie and stuff like that. So now I'm like right at the scene where they like are gonna like, he's gonna interview her or try to interview her kind of a thing. So that's where I got started at, when the timer wrapped up. And so I'm excited about it because so far it seems like I get to do all the real fun stuff. Because I got to open the zero draft up and like start it, kick it off at the beginning, and I got to like drop the little breadcrumbs about the case and his friend the clairvoyant, and like get the clairvoyant introduced in all their flamboyant, like eye-catching glory that they are. And then he got to transition the scene and do a quote unquote a driving scene. And then like she just introduces Justicia, and Justicia, like it's like literally I got to have Justicia turn and look at Daisaku. So Justicia is the 15-year-old and Daisaku is the bounty hunter. And I got to have her like turn and look at him with like some hard ass eyes, let me say, kind of a thing, like and like size him up and stuff like that. So now I get to do the fun interaction, which that will be the next sprint that I work on. So I'm super excited about that. Charlie, oh good, okay, I'm glad you understand. Spinning off the writing content into a new podcast and uploaded the World Building 101 and 201 series to the new show. So it is starting with 27 episodes. Damn. Okay, that is good to know. We'll be trying to catch up on that shit, that's for sure. Which is really cool. So nobody told me what you were working on. I mean, Charlie told me what they were working on. And Weird just has a song stuck in her head, which could be entirely distracting. I get that. But come on, I'm calling you. Oh, so Pronoun and I is working on a short story. What's your short story about, Pronoun and I? Tell us what your short story is about. Devin, what are you working on? Jeannie, what are you working on? Spence, how about you? Jennifer, how about you? I still didn't hear from Debbie. What are you working on? Stephanie, what you working on too? I think Devin's just not gonna tell me because I'm not bringing BB kitties on the stream tonight. Like, just gonna be like, I'm holding out until you show me baby kitties. That's what I expect. Okay, so we should probably do another one of those sprints. It's probably a good idea. I'm trying to get, so I'm not like holding myself hard and fast to a word count. So Sako and I do plan on participating in Nano, but like, I don't think we're going to hold ourselves really hard because we're splitting projects. She and I both have standalone projects for our, like, individually with ourselves that we are working on at the same time that we're writing this book together. And so the collaborative book will be part of our Nano, like, word count, but it's not our primary thing that we're working on during Nano. It's our other projects are our primary thing that we're working on during Nano. But still trying to make sure we don't like take a break kind of a thing. But yeah, so I'm not holding myself right now hard and fast to a word count, but I'm trying to get close to 1,000 words per stream. And then if I can toss in like a couple extra 100 words between Thursday and Monday, then I'm trying to. But yeah, so we'll probably do another sprint here real quick. Devin is, of course, stream hopping because you are almost, and actually I think you might be more informative about what streams are when and actually going to them than even Caro's spreadsheet is. And that's not Caro's fault. It's not a slight on Caro at all. People tell her when their streams are, and then she adds it to the spreadsheet. But not everybody bothers. Can't talk. And not everybody bothers to tell her. You just know, Devin. Like, you're like a walking spreadsheet. It's cool because I can just be like, "Is there something going on?" And Devin's like, "Yeah, here, and here." So, okay, weird. Pulled up a document of a short story. Okay, you can't just give me of a short story, guys. Y'all got to give me something more than that. Is it high fantasy? Is it horror? Do you have no flipping clue yet? Like, give me some more. Give me more. Feed me, Seymour. Feed me. No, not really surprised, Devin. Yeah, you did go write a book about cats. So now I feel bad because I have 6 cats in my house right now and not a single one to show you on my stream at the moment because my office, y'all, if you could see it. Okay, so about 3 weeks ago, like right as I was starting my new job, my partner decided he's going to go back to school. And I'm already going to school. Okay. Well, let me backtrack that a little bit. I am an incredibly messy fucking person. I am chaotic. There are papers everywhere. I love tchotchkes and things all around me. And so, like, my office is already stacks of paper. They're organized stacks of papers. But stacks of papers and piles of candy and shit I still don't have storage for in here yet since we moved, and now I got to figure out where new crap gets stored. And, like, all this shit. And that's already in here. But, like, a month ago, my partner decided he wanted a desk in the office as well. He wanted to... Damn. Okay, let's try that again. Because he wanted to start tinkering with building a new computer. And so I was like, oh, okay, no big deal. He needs a place to work in order to do that. And he can't do it in the garage because right now our garage is not climate controlled. And it's still well over 100 degrees in Arizona. So it's not like he's going to keep motherboards out there and stuff like that in the garage. So I was like, no big deal. So he slowly moved in here. And he's not a chaotic person. He doesn't usually have a lot of papers and like stuff like that. He likes clean, organized spaces. So I thought it's no big deal. It's no big deal. I can share an office with you, right? Yeah. And so he moves into the office, and then 3 weeks ago, he decides he's gonna go back to school. Now the motherfucker gets chaotic. So in the entire time I've been with him, he's not been a student. I mean, he's taught himself how to do things, but he's not been an actual student going to school. There's papers fucking everywhere. Everywhere. I'm not joking. Like, it's crazy. Like, I don't get it. I don't understand how he's so organized and tidy all the time. I know part of it is because he just doesn't have the fucking time. He works 10 hours a day, and then he comes home and he does like his homework, and he tries really hard to like actually get some sleep, but really he just does his homework forever, and then he gets like a nap, and then he goes back and does it again, and he works like 50 hours a week and all that kind of stuff. So I know some of it is he's just exhausted and everything, but my office, y'all, is more chaotic than even I can stand at the moment. It's driving me nuts. So there are papers everywhere, and there's like, I don't know, he gets shit from Amazon and then he never throws away the boxes. Like, the boxes just stay on the floor forever. He puts the stuff away, but never throws the boxes away or takes them out to recycling or anything. So I can't let the cats into the office like I normally would, because there's shit everywhere and they would be just all up in it, and it would be a mess, especially with the adolescent cats, because they are like, they love to destroy paper. They'll just shred it for some reason. It just drives me nuts. I have never had cats that just shred and eat paper like they do. It's weird to me. But yeah, anyway. And spoil the ending for me. Yes, spoil the ending for me. Okay, Weird it's a gothic horror romance about bootleggers and spooky elements. Ooh, I like it. Bootleggers would just be fun. I think it's fun. Hey, Bonnie, good to see you. I'm so excited you're here. Okay, so we're gonna do another sprint. So you got here, Bonnie, just in time for another sprint. We're gonna do 15 minutes back on the clock. Not quite 15 minutes, because for some reason, and it's been driving me nuts, I can't get, there's a lag in my second monitor between like my mouse clicking and doing the thing I want it to do and it actually translating to the computer. So I can't get it to back all the way up to 15 minutes solid. So we get 14 minutes and 55 seconds for our sprint. And we are going to be starting that sprint in 3, 2, 1. Sprint! beep, beepity beep, beepity beep. All right. How did everybody do during that? I did okay, actually. I'm happy with what I did. I did not look at the word count. I should actually probably look at the word count. I feel like I did a ton, but it's really dialogue heavy. So a lot of it's like real quick. Fuck, I don't know that I can remember where I started. I should probably put that in like a different color or something, like so I can keep track each sprint. I usually do that like on my drafts and stuff. I got 280 words. So feeling pretty good about that, especially because it was really dialogue heavy. Like right now they're like circling each other like fucking sharks, trying to like draw each other out and like get each other to like sizing each other up and everything. So like that was fun, like trying to figure out who's gonna talk first and like if the other person's even gonna fucking respond. Which totally they didn't, of course, at first. So that was really fun. So, okay. Pronoun I says that their short story is a fantasy horror about a detective working on a cold case which sets off a string of events that take place in alternative realities. Nice. I'm intrigued. One, I love like police procedural detective stories. I mean, obviously, Sako and I are writing a story about a detective, a bounty hunter, who's kind of a detective, basically. So, and then of course my two books in my Metaphysical Chronicles series, A Touch of Darkness and A Touch of Madness, which are available on Amazon and all major retailers. They are police procedurals. They are about a touch clairvoyant, so a clairvoyant who touches an object and can like see the past and can touch a person and can like rifle through their memories and shit like that, who used to be a cop and now she's a like psychic detective consultant that works with the cops to like solve crimes and shit and catch serial killers. So I write about psychics and serial killers, at least in those two books. Now I am working on a third book in that series, which is a spinoff. Yeah, because it's the third book in the series. It's still part of the Metaphysical Chronicles, but it is not the same main character. It's one of its side characters. Well, one of its main characters, actually, is actually mentioned in the first two books that are out. But not, yeah. So, yeah, anyway. So that's what those are about. So I love detective stuff. I love like murder mysteries and like whodunits, and I even love little cozies and stuff like that. So I'm like real big about it. Bonnie is so wired from coffee. I am wired from way too much fucking soda today. So my new job's kind of the bomb. Like the company culture is like the first value of the company is to have fun. That's the number one value. And it was like, well, that was kind of cool. But the owners are really cool that they think that the office environment should be really inviting. And so they provide like a ton of free soda that's just in the refrigerator constantly in the break room. Like all different kinds of it. And like lemonades and iced teas and like coconut waters, and then there's a drawer full of fucking candy. There's a drawer full of like fig bars and power bars, and there's like a whole shelving unit full of like chips and almonds and like all sorts of crazy stuff. There's Slim Jims. There's Slim Jims in my break room, and they're there all the time. But today, so I stayed up kind of late last night. I really wanted to go do Savy's sleepover as Savy writes books, but I had to do classes, I had to do homework, and a bunch of stuff like that. And then I stayed up late so that I could catch my partner for a half an hour, that magical golden half an hour that we get during the week to see each other. If I don't go to bed at a reasonable time, we get to see each other for a half an hour. So I, at least until I start doing a combination of office and remote work, So then, like, so I stayed up late so I could hang with him. And then, of course, I was exhausted this morning. And so I don't drink coffee. I do drink tea and stuff. And they have tea at work. They have like an espresso machine even at work. But they didn't really have any teas that I really liked that were caffeinated. So, one, I'm going to bring some teas in that I really like, or two, get them to order some. And then, so I just had to keep downing a soda all day. So now I'm kind of wired from the sugar and the caffeine. So I can feel you there. Yes, psychometry. Most people don't know what it is, so I end up having to like totally just break it down to what it is. But yes, psychometry is what she has. So Charlie finished submitting to the last couple of directories. It's live. Ooh, so the podcast is live everywhere but Google and Apple because they're reviewing it. Oh yeah. I always have to review everything, which is stupid because they just approve everything, it seems like. But submitted it to a bunch of forums, which is really cool. That's cool. Pronoun I added 82 words to the short story. That's awesome. Thank you. Yes, it's a lot of fun. I really like writing those books. The main character, Abby, she's based off of a really good friend of mine, with the exception of Abby is a little nerdier than my friend is. My friend she's really fucking nerdy, but like Abby's even like one step nerdier kind of a thing. And Abby has my ADHD. So like, just to let you know, if you go to read them, the books can be a little jarring because they are written like you're in the brain of an ADHD person. So it means that every so often, middle of a sentence, boom, it changes track. Or you get a weird extraneous thought. Or a thought that totally changes what they were thinking for the first half of that sentence and then finishes out with what they were thinking after the thought. Yeah. So it can be a little funky and some people find it jarring. But I like to show what the brain of an ADHD person is really like. And that's what we really like. Yeah, Pronoun I would totally make them regret making all the snacks easily accessible. I will admit, I partake. Not a lot of people at the office seem to. It's not a big office. It's not like it's a big company or anything. But not a lot of people seem to partake. I mean, they drink the sodas and stuff. But like, and they'll come and get like a bag of, like I'll see one person a day come get a bag of chips, and then every so often everybody goes like gets a piece or two pieces of candy, and I'm just like handful of candy on the way in the morning. Hey, it's on my desk, snack on it throughout the day. Handful of candy after lunch, kind of a thing. But I love food and snacks, and if I'm also sitting at a desk a lot, which I have to do with my job. Then I need to do stuff with my hands. I need to like fiddle with things. So yeah. So, and one way to stay preoccupied and stuff, like not preoccupied, but yeah, kind of preoccupied. One way to like stay busy is to like be chewing on things and fiddling with candy and like stuff like that. I also doodle when I'm like thinking and stuff like that. So Debbie has been playing Magic with the hubby. Yay! I love playing Magic with my partner. Like, he kicks my ass constantly. Like, constantly. He's better at doing math in his head than I am. I'm terrible. So I have dyscalculia, which means I transpose numbers. So it's like dyslexia, but with numbers. And, so like when I'm playing Magic, sometimes I'll get things transposed. I think I'm doing a really awesome thing. And then he's like, I don't know why you did that. And I'm like, fuck, I thought those numbers were the other way around. Or I can't do the addition really quickly in my head. So I think I've got him like squared away and can knock him out. And he's like, you were one number off, babe. And I'm like, fuck. I thought I had it all added up properly in my fucking head. But that's why I like playing online. Like Magic, like Arena, because it does all the math for me, and it does it really quickly, and it's really nice. I like that. It's helpful. And I like that you can challenge like people now. So like my partner, he has an account, and we can challenge each other and play, which is really nice. He's still mostly annihilates me because he's just better at building decks than I am. And yeah, so you usually win about half the time. That's not bad. That's a pretty good ratio. The only time I win usually is if he just gets like mana screwed. Like if he's just totally like fucked for land, or he just can't draw his cards in the right order. Like, but he's also one lucky bastard. So like, I call it the luck of the Brannick. That's just what he has. It's not even the luck of the fucking Irish, because I have that shit. But he has the luck of the Brannick. It's his own brand of luck, of like cosmic prosperity, because he can just like shit just happens for him. I'm not saying he doesn't work for stuff. He really does work for stuff. But like, I don't know, he's just really good at making things happen for him too. So, and it just seems to follow him into even playing Magic. So, we should do another sprint. Yes, I think so. A sprinting is a good thing. But now I really want to play Magic. Thanks, Debbie. I was playing Arena like since I got home, and like fed all of the beasts of the house indoor and out. Because we have the 6 cats inside, the 3 that we're fostering, obviously, until the kittens are weaned and we can find homes for everybody. And then there are like 6 more outside, although I haven't seen 2 of them recently, and I'm getting a little concerned. Because a few weeks ago, there was like some serious cat fighting going on out in my yard, like middle of the night. And since then, I've not seen 2 of the siblings of the mama cat that we're fostering right now. And I'm getting a little worried. Yeah. So, but there are 4, I call them the grays, because they're like these gray tiger stripes. Then they're all siblings very clearly. And they're kittens, adolescents, whatever, like 6, 7 months old. And so we've been feeding them as well. We're trying to like, they're mostly feral and really skittish. So we're trying to like show them that humans are good, so that eventually we can somehow foster them and we can find homes for them. But right now we're in the stages of one of them. I've named them. Of course I have, because I fucking love animals and I love cats. So I've named the bolder one. I mean, he still studies us, and he's still really kind of like he still startles easily, but he's bolder, and like he actually started approaching us, kind of a thing. So I've named him Kirk, after James T, of course. And then there's Spock, because he watches us. He's not willing to come anywhere near us yet. But he doesn't run away. He just watches us. And then there's another one that looks exactly like Spock. I really can't even tell them apart. But this one is really skittish, and he won't come anywhere near us. But I call him Bones. And then there's one that I think is their sibling that is like really tiny. He's kind of like a runt. So I call him Mouse. I probably should have called him Chekhov, because Chekhov was kind of short. But I don't know. I just call him Mouse instead. But anyway, those are our outdoor kitties. The other ones, the siblings of the mama cat that we're fostering, are Sulu and an Old Dirty Bastard. So, and no particular reason for those names. They just, when I was looking at them, those are the names I gave them that they looked like. So yeah. Anyway, okay, time for another sprint. Because I like chatted a whole bunch. All right, so we will get started in 3, 2, 1, sprint. Really gotta start holding up like the other hand so I can use the right hand to like do the mouse and everything for those sprints. But anyway, sprint time. beepity beep, beepity beep. Okay, so that was the end of our third sprint. So, how did everybody do? I did pretty well. Again, why the fuck is this not removing? Okay, there we go. Again, it was kind of dialogue heavy, so I didn't get a ton of words done, but let's see how many I did manage to get done. Do things. Do things I want you to do. Wow. Okay. Way better than I thought it was. 344 words that turn. That term. Yeah, whatever. Yay! Debbie is now working on the comic script. I'm excited. I can't wait to like read it. So yeah, it was more just in the same scene, set in the detention center, the juvie detention center, battle of wits between these two, like them trying to draw each other out and trying not to reveal their hands and, stuff like that. So, Devin, sleep, getting ready for bed. You do sleep sometimes? I don't know, because I'm pretty sure you're always on YouTube, like always on everybody's streams. So I don't think you sleep. Or you sleep with your eyes open, maybe. Or with one eye open. Half awake. Micro sleep. Debbie got 143 words, which is awesome. Okay, Weird decided to get less stinky by taking a shower and did some research on Tommy guns. Good. If you're going to write about bootleggers, you should probably know something about Tommy guns. I know virtually nothing about Tommy guns. I know a little bit about guns. But I don't know anything about like older guns and stuff like that. So, it is after midnight for Devin. So, okay, I guess that makes sense. It is definitely not after midnight for me. It is 9 o'clock in the evening for me. So we got like another half an hour of the stream. So we will definitely be able to get in, one more full 15-minute sprint. And then probably not another one. I'm probably going to end up either wrapping a little bit early or just talking y'all's ear off for 15 minutes, which is also very likely because I like to chat. I'm a very chatty person. If y'all, didn't notice, I'm really a chatty person. I'm feeling good about my progress, actually, Bonnie. Thanks for asking. So Sako and I just got started on doing the zero draft last Thursday. So I kicked it off, and then she filled in on Wednesday and wrote her portion of it on Wednesday, and then today. So I'm feeling pretty good about it. Let's see. I want to look and see what our word count is. It's gonna be hard to do. It's gonna be hard to do because actually I'm gonna share my screen real quick with you all and show you how we're doing this zero draft, which this is how I do my zero draft for everything, for every project. Hold on. Excuse me, I'll tickle in my throat. So after I have my character profiles and I do all my brainstorming and do all of that, once I have my beats all laid out and I know what my beats are, and my beats are just bullet points, really. I mean, they're really well fleshed out bullet points, but they are bullet points. I put them into a document. Let me show you. So Sako and I did this. It was nice that she and I were on the same page as far as this goes. So, okay. So we put it into sorry, I'm going real fast. So we put it into a document where it just had all the beats, as you can see on the screen, like right in front of you. You can see it had all the beats just bullet pointed out. And these are full paragraphs of stuff. Like the chronological order of things that we know have to hit, the emotional impact of each, little things that like if we could think of dialogue right on the spot, there's like little bits of dialogue. Yeah, like here where it says like, yeah, I should have been more open to you in my defense. People have been aiming to lynch me since the beginning, and it's not something that has been warmly received, and I didn't know you were like me. It was just something that came up while we were like filling out the beats. So it's possible we'll use that dialogue. It's probable we won't use that dialogue. But it's just stuff like that. So we put this all in one document just looking like this. So I think it was like 3-4 pages worth of stuff. So what I do, and I'm glad Sako does it too, or maybe she's just doing it because it's what I do. I don't know. I actually didn't ask. She just started doing it too. So I put it all in like red or blue or some other color, something that's easy to read. And then in black, under each beat, I actually write that particular scene. Like this scene says that Daisaku Watson is going through bounties, finds a young Latina case who burned down a building with fire powers and killed a homeless man during a riot. Justicia is already in custody and she's juvie. Jerry files the case, which is another character, and forwards it to Daisaku. Daisaku is considering it when he gets the email from Kyler, the clairvoyant, who wants to meet. So literally my first scene right under it is Daisaku going through his emails, getting the information, getting the email from Jerry about Justicia. Not the details of the case yet. I don't get into it in this scene. We get into it in the next scene. So we go through that, and then also getting the email for Kyler. And then, because the decision in this scene says that he's going to go talk to Kyler, which is my next beat. Meeting with Kyler regarding something about a lieutenant in the Mage Council that is purposely suppressing celestial information. Kyler was put on suspension for bringing it up, and they want to blow the whistle. So this is literally Daisaku's, like, it's a scene switch. It goes to Daisaku arriving at Kyler's place to have this meeting about this lieutenant and get this information. So there's that. And then there's some notes I got for Sako about the part that she wrote, and just some questions and some clarifications that I'll have her clear up so that we can be on the same page about things. I get into the next scene because she set up that he's leaving Kyler's to go to the detention center where Justicia is. So there's that. And then there are a couple of beats here. Some of them are just notes about internal thoughts that could be happening and potential things that will drop in later. But they're here now. And then the other one is, hey, look, Justicia is in a juvenile detention and is approached by Daisaku. So right underneath of it is the scene. And that's where I'm at right now. So I'm feeling really good about it because Sako and I seem to be on like the same wavelength about how we're doing the zero draft. And again, I should probably ask her if it's how she actually does it. I just said, hey, how I do a zero draft is I put the beats in bullet points, and then under each bullet point, I write that actual scene, and then I go to the next bullet point, and then I write that actual scene. So I should probably ask her if that's actually what she does, or if she's just doing it because it's my process. So yeah, so that's where I'm at. So I'm feeling, really good actually about the progress. We both have managed to get quite a bit done. I think in each of our streams where we've been writing on it individually. So I kind of want to go through and see how many words. I know I had almost 1,000 words at the end of the stream last Thursday. It was like 923 words or something like that. I added a few more, like between Thursday and Monday when Sako started writing on it. I added a few more because I had an idea on how to further flesh out that scene. Plus I had gone through and I just went through and briefly did a quick glancing edit over it. So that later we don't have as many edits that we have to do. We have to go back and forth with. And then I added a few things then as they occurred to me, or as it clarified things, or as I realized something was stupid. So, and then I think she added probably a good, I want to say it looked like she added a good like 700 words or so, thereabouts. And then, I mean, so far for tonight, I'm at like 600, 700 words. So feeling pretty good. You are very welcome, Bonnie. I know everybody does it differently. Like everybody just writes differently, but how we brainstorm, how we outline, how we zero draft, like our whole process is different. So while the idea of just co-writing a book with someone else, especially with Sako, was like thrilling for me, what really is getting my rocks off and like I'm getting weird about is showing her and Mai's actual process, like every step of the way, including like physically looking how we do our zero draft and like how that actually looks. And then that way people can say, okay, well, I don't do it that way, but damn, that's a good way of doing it. Or that way totally sucks, BC. And you should maybe try doing it this way because that way is really complicated or whatever. Doesn't mean I'm going to take up their advice, but I mean, if people have advice, bring it on. And I might take it. So pronoun I, didn't do any writing on the sprint, just made coffee and fed the cat. It's very important. So I am of the full scale, like I'm the total belief that it doesn't matter how broke I am and like can't afford to feed myself. I will make sure the cats are fed, like all the time. And I'm not saying I love my cats more than I love my dog, but I am more convinced that cats who are hungry will decide to eat me in my sleep far sooner than a dog that's hungry. Like, I think my dog would just be like, they haven't fed me in a while. They haven't fed me in a while. And like chase things in the backyard and kill things in the backyard before they decide to eat me. The cats, on the other hand, I am pretty damn convinced would just be like, I'm fucking hungry, bitch. You didn't feed me. Your dinner. That's just, it's just my thought process. We're just, you know, I don't know. Cats are just ruthless. They're, I don't know if they're more predatory, but I think they're still one step closer to being truly feral and less domesticated than dogs are. And it's probably because I don't know this for a fact, but it seems like it's probably true that we domesticated wolves before we started trying to domesticate a fucking cat, some type of cat. That seems reasonable to me. Not that cats aren't pack animals or anything like that, but it is real damn suspicious of anybody who's not cat. Yes. So that's just my theory. Like my cats right now are hungry. You can maybe hear them at the door. Like the teenagers, the adolescents are like meow, meow, meow at the door. One, they want in here because they just don't like closed doors. They do not like to be cut off. Two, they really like my office. I've got like really high up windows and there's nothing on the window sill on that one particular high up window and they can just lounge up there and they really like it. Three, they're really social and they just like me. And four, it's almost time for them to be fed before bed. So yeah. So pronoun I think I'll sleep even less now. I'm sorry. Just like I said, it's probably totally wrong, but it feels right. Like right here, just feels right. Or maybe my cats are just real assholes. They are pretty big assholes. So, let's do another sprint. That should bring us up to just like 2-3 minutes left in the stream. So another 15 minutes. We'll go on the clock. Maybe we'll go on the clock if I can get it to do the thing. Might be able to get it to do the thing. Maybe. So yeah, kind of what I hope during this sprint is that I will be able to kind of wrap up this scene for this beat point so that Sako can start with with the totally new beat point app that comes after this. If not, I mean, no big deal. I might be able to just wrap it up sometime over the course of the next few days, like before the Monday stream, when it's her turn to take over. So, like I said, we're writing as much as we can on the streams, but we're not holding ourselves to that. We did hold ourselves to all of the brainstorming and the beats and the character profiles and everything we held to doing on the stream. So you guys walked with us through the whole process. The only thing we let ourselves do was add to the Pinterest board, which was so much fun, adding to the Pinterest board. And it was the only thing that really kept our need and want to write satiated in between the streams, because we were only doing them once a week on Mondays at that point. And we were both like, damn, I want to fucking write now. Like after the streams, we would go backstage after the streams and be like, I just want to fucking write it now. Kind of, I want to keep going kind of a thing. But yeah, we held ourselves. We were disciplined. We had willpower. It's shocked as fuck on my part that there was any willpower. But okay, let's do sprint. Let me share this. I'm backing it up a little bit. I'm trying to back. Okay, we got 14 minutes and 57 seconds. I'm a weirdo. Nothing can be perfect. If we started at 15 minutes exact, then it would be crazy. That is a good question, Bonnie. Let me drop you a link to it. Hold on. I gotta go out to Pinterest. I go into my boards. Do that stuff. If y'all don't know what that is the Doug theme song. If y'all don't know what Doug is, Doug was a cartoon from the 90s. It was really fucking awesome, in my opinion, and in a lot of people's opinion. And I really just like that cartoon, and I tend to sing that theme song whenever I am just doing random crap, thinking and stuff. Okay, dropping the link. That is the link to the Pinterest board, where you can see all of the lovely images that we pinned as our mood board aesthetic, just kind of getting an eye on, an idea of how the characters dressed, and how they generally looked, and how we wanted the magic in our world to be, more realistic, less realistic, somewhere in between, stuff like that. The general mood that we wanted to do. Thank you. I'm not sure if it was to my singing the Doug theme song that you're saying nice, or if it's to the Pinterest board itself, but I'll take the compliment. I'm going to assume it's for both. I'm just going to assume it's for both. Works for me. So yeah, that was a fun thing to be able to keep us satisfied in between the streams, because it's really hard, once you get the ball rolling on an idea, and you've got all of your anticipation up and all of your energy up for an idea, then stopping yourself and just be and I'm not going to work on this for a whole nother fucking week, without it being I can't work on this because I don't have time, or because whatever, I have no creative energy, or whatever. It was I'm just not going to. And that was hard. It was real hard, y'all. Okay, let's do the sprinty thingy. Starting in 3, 2, 1, sprint! Oh, hey, beep, 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 beep. I think I clicked off of this. I don't know. So that was the final 15-minute sprint that we will be doing tonight on tonight's live stream writing sprints. Y'all know it's a live stream. Y'all are here live with me. So I that time I did 320 words, so I'm feeling pretty good about that. For the night, that means I did, hold on. There we go. That's where I started tonight. So for tonight, I did 1,092 words. So I am super pleased with that progress for tonight. I didn't get all the way through the scene like I wanted to. I got to a place where Sako's probably going to be like, you motherfucker, you cut it off right there, and now I got to pick it up. But so I may, like I said, flesh it out just a little bit more in a couple of days, but I doubt it'll be more than a couple hundred words because I just never. Well, one, it's my partner's birthday on Saturday, so we'll totally be spending the day together on Saturday. Fridays, I don't know. Fridays I just usually don't write. I think it's probably because my partner's on nights and I work days, and we get like a half an hour to each other every day of the week, except on Fridays he tends to stay up. So he stays up until I get off of work. And then we can actually spend a couple of hours before like sheer fucking exhaustion just like conks him out, kind of a thing. Hey Jasmine, good to see you. I'm glad that you joined. So you did join kind of during the last sprint of the night. So you definitely should come back on Thursday nights. I will be streaming every Thursday at 10:30 p.m. For 2 hours. Sometimes Sako Tumi will be here because we are co-writing a book together, and then that is what I am specifically working on Thursdays. She's going to be working on whatever the fuck she feels like. But on Thursdays, it's my turn to write. And on Mondays, we stream on her channel where we'll be doing writing sprints, and it's her turn to write on the book, and it's my turn to fuck off and do whatever I feel like. And that's at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time as well. And her channel all the information should be down below for her channel and stuff. And we have a whole like video playlist of all of our videos together, so you guys don't have to miss anything. But no, yeah, anyway, what I was saying was I'm really, really thrilled with getting over 1,000 words tonight. Again, I'm pretty sure Sako's going to be mad where I left it. She's going to be like, what the fuck? I'm supposed to just take it from here? Kind of a thing, but, you know. Hell, all I know, she might be thrilled. So, again, really excited about how this is going. We're probably about 3,000 words into it now. I'm saying we're probably averaging about 1,000 words a session at this point. So, yeah, I feel really good about the progress that we're making. And yay, I'm glad that you'll be there next week. And pronoun I got about 120 more words during the sprint, so that is pretty cool. I like that. I'm interested in this story. I want to know what's going on. I'm interested in OK Weird's bootlegger story. I want to know about what's going on there. Weird shit and bootlegging. This should be fun. Should be very fun. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the evening. So let me do that whole outro thing. Hey, my writing weirdos. I am BC. This is my channel, BC Brown Books, where we get weird about words in the ways that only writers can by writing them and talking about writing them. That's what we do. So I am only live streaming on this collaborative project with Sako right now. And so that's the only time, well, other than on her streams on Mondays, you'll see me working on other projects, but on my stream on Thursdays, you'll only see me working on this one project for at least a little while. And then I'm not putting out new videos at the moment, but I have like a fuck ton of videos out there about writing and how to write and a little bit about D&D and stuff like that. So feel free to check out those videos. Let me know what you like, what you don't like. You can find me at all the social medias at BC Brown Books, pretty much all the social medias at BC Brown Books. And yeah, just come get weird with me about words, because that's what I do. I just like to get weird about words. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming out tonight. I really appreciate it. And I want to know more about all your projects. And I'm glad that you're enjoying following me and Sako through this writing a book together online, like totally publicly process. And yeah, I'll just catch y'all in the future.